Wisconsin Foodie would like to thank the following underwriters for their support: the Wisconsin Milk Marketing Board and the Dairy Farm Families of Wisconsin, Outpost Natural Foods Co-op, and Superior Equipment and Supply.
On the road, Wisconsin Foodie. We just left the home offices in the 3rd Ward of Milwaukee. We've got a 2-hour drive to the Dells and then Ishnala, this classic supper club. And I'm pretty stoked because we're going to meet Ron Faiola, who I think is essentially the Ken Burns of this genre of American history, the supper club. He's a filmmaker, he's a best-selling author. Hopefully we're going to, kind of chink glasses on some brandy old-fashioned sweets. And it's a perfect day in Wisconsin. It's gorgeous, it's sunny. It's a perfect day to go to a supper club and live what we are. It's Wisconsin. And the thing that I love about Ishnala is that it's been here the whole time. It's what supper clubs are, going back 50 years and going forward. I think that's why we go. The great Ron Faiola with a stack of his books.
Hey, Kyle.
Nice to see you, man.
Good to see you.
Yeah. So we are standing in the cover of your book, correct?
The cover of my book is just right over there. Why don't we go up to the bar and have a drink and talk about it?
Cheers.
Cheers.
What got you turned on to this? Because it is part of who we are as a country, and certainly as Midwesterners.
Yeah, I started off looking at fish fries, and then I was looking at supper club fish fries, and I realized that there wasn't anything out there that was really documenting the supper club scene in Wisconsin. Whether it was in my case, it started off as a movie, and then I got an offer from a publisher to do a book. So that was my second trip around the state. You don't just happen to drive by. You have to get to Ishnala. You have to know where it is and actually drive down a curvy road.
Oh, we relied heavily on GPS, and then some major signs basically saying this way.
This way, but there's places in other parts of the state that you won't accidentally drive by. You have to make it your destination.
I think that Vegas owes a huge debt to Midwestern supper clubs, and there were these buildings you could see from the side of the road, and they were so distinctive. It had a Viking theme, it had an Egyptian theme, but you also dipped into that experience for 5-6 hours.
Right. The supper club deal is that it's a destination for the night.
We'll give you a little tour of Ishnala's property.
The grounds.
Oh yeah, this is one of the things we're very proud of. So yeah, this path leads to one of our decks on the outside of the area. In between it is our tiki bar, and the other side is another deck. So we have double decks and a bar in the middle. Nice grounds, a beach area down below.
I mean, it's its own vacation with dinner.
Oh, it's neat. You drive a mile into the woods to get here. It's a whole different experience than the Dells offers, basically.
Everything here is leisure, and it just seeps into your pores as soon as you stand and look out at that lake or walk into the entrance.
You drive into our road and you get that feeling. You come in here and it's just a whole different atmosphere. It's not all the concrete and brick and mortar that you see 3 miles from us.
Yeah.
It's just such a peaceful area. That'll never change because we're wrapped around the state park. No campsites, nothing like that, no roads. They've just put trails throughout the woods, which is really cool for us. It's going to stay this way forever.
You're bona fide, yeah. This will never
change.
This will never change. So tell me about the supper club food and what you guys do, because in the restaurant world, there's so many trends. People got to do pork belly, they got to do gluten-free, they got, many chefs are chasing or they're innovating, but you guys need to be a Smithsonian.
Very well put, because we don't change anything. We focus on what we do best.
Right.
Okay, we are great at the steak and lobster. We're great at the au gratin potatoes. We added some big stuff this year for me. Sweet potato bake, and square plates. You know, we got to do things slowly. It's been 60 years. You know, it takes a little bit of the time to do these things. We're going to be here for many more years.
Right.
And the reason we're here and the reason we're so successful and doing so well is because we're consistent.
Yeah.
I mean, I couldn't be more proud of this restaurant.
You're a lifetime restaurant guy. I mean, you started for the family that owned this.
I worked for the Hoffman brothers. There were 8 of them that came back from World War II that started all the Hoffman houses throughout the Midwest. And I worked for them, and then as a busboy, and I actually was able to work through the ranks and end up being the owner of the company, which is pretty exciting.
You didn't even mean to be this smart, right?
Oh, yeah.
It just turned out.
Just turned out well. A little hard work and a lot of luck.
As we looked across the pantheon of Wisconsin and which supper clubs to cover, there's so many. I mean,
there's so many great ones.
Incredible
really good
ones. But you guys held something for us that was a little different because you've got the Dells and everything that represents, yet you've got this bucolic, just sublime location. You've got this intergenerational thing, the building growing around Wisconsin trees, and then the fact that Ron put it on the cover of his book.
On the cover.
Boom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wisconsin's favorite supper club.
All right, well, here's to Ishnala. In name always, Wisconsin's favorite. Thanks, man.
You bet. Thank you so much.
Cheers. It's good. I was gonna say it's good glassware. So we're going into the Ishnala kitchen on a busy Saturday night, deep in July. And you have to understand, this kitchen, the size of it, they've got to turn out God knows how many covers for basically something like an aircraft carrier population when everybody wants to eat at the same time. So the best thing about this kitchen, second only to the food that's coming out of it, is that according to the owner, the equipment that they're using was basically put into this kitchen when we hadn't even thought about landing a man on the moon. You've got seafood happening, you've got potatoes au gratin that are in the broiler, and all for these great customers that have been coming here for Lord knows how long. So on a scale of 1 to 10, this is a busy July night. Where are you guys at right now?
About a 6.
About a 6?
Yep.
You can get a lot more hardcore than this?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so tell me, what are your chefs over there? What's the worst succession of tickets they could see come up? What are they just like, no?
Steaks.
Steaks. Just
all
like
steaks.
20 of them, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Because you got to fire them all.
Yep.
Yeah, you got to rest them. They can't come out cold.
Nope.
So for all of you that visit supper clubs, thank your chef when you order those steaks. So I think this kitchen staff has endured my presence enough. It's time for dinner. All right, let's grab our seats. So this is the table, buddy. This is what was on the cover of your book.
This is on the cover of the book.
This is the view of Mirror Lake. This is like the Ron Fiola suite.
Yeah. This is perfect, a perfect night at Ishnala.
I'm looking across the dining room. This is exactly what this place was designed for. This cuisine brings people together.
It does.
I never forego what I should be ordering to someone else, but tonight I'm going to give over to your expertise and have you pick out what I'm going to have for dinner.
Oh my gosh. Well, okay.
Yeah? Feel comfortable with that?
Sure.
All right, let's eat.
All right. Hello.
How are you this evening?
Good. How are you?
Good, thank you. My name is Lauren. I'll be taking care of you this evening.
I'll start off with a Chief Ishnala.
Ishnala, excellent.
And I think we'll get Kyle Brandy pastry. We're going to start off with the Wisconsin cheese curd. Kyle's going to have the prime rib and prawns.
Yep.
I'll have the twin tails special.
Here's the dinner with Ron Faiola and the slim chance of going home hungry from Ishnala Supper Club. So let's talk about your criteria to include a supper club into your books. I know if they did lunch, it was just no way, no how. That's not a supper club, right?
Yeah, not to disparage places that do serve
Yeah, you got to
lunch,
draw a line.
but if they're called supper clubs, they should be serving just supper. And family-run places, good steaks, and maybe a really nice view or unusual decor.
It's such a charmingly arcane word, supper.
Supper is from a different era, but I don't know how we lost that.
I don't know how we did either. I love it. I love that these clubs are preserving that.
People say, let's go have dinner at the supper club. They're kind of mixing.
Yeah. Oh, the cheese curds.
Oh, look at that.
That's a thing of beauty right there. This is the classic supper club presentation. These thick, white, almost diner-esque plates. The doily, come on,
yeah.
it's as big as a Frisbee. I mean, this is supper club. It would be a travesty if they got these wrong, because we're in Wisconsin Dells, but it's the perfect crispy fry on the outside, rich and creamy, a little bit of squeak. This is amazing.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
Oh, look at that.
Oh man, look at that.
This is supper club salad.
Completely. So you've got a nice healthy wedge of iceberg lettuce, but we compensate with some amazing blue cheese dressing, bacon sprinkles, and little plum tomatoes. Yeah. It's, Mom, I'm willing to eat my vegetables. Exactly. I mean, look at this hunk of blue cheese.
You guys will be for the prawns and the twins.
Oh, come on. Now, this is true Americana supper club, right?
Yeah, you always see the little candle with the heated butter. It's always butter, no margarine. And
Yeah. Oh, here we go. Where do we start?
You gotta, I think, start with the meat and then go for the surf.
All right, here goes something. It's high USDA rated. It's perfectly medium rare. It's lovely tender. It's a beautiful summer night. I'm at a supper club with an expert. This steak rocks.
Now we gotta get a little cut of the lobster here. That piece right there.
I forgot about the butter. So we've got a half-drunk old-fashioned. We've got some sautéed onions. We've got classic supper club potatoes au gratin. We've got the duo of butter just in case we need more calories and more flavor on this flavorful dish. I've got prawns. We've got sort of a homemade steak reduction sauce. A great cut. I want to say it's a sirloin. My friend Ron over there has got twin tails of cold water lobster and a great fillet. For decades upon decades upon decades, this is soaking into leisure. This is treating yourself well. Ron, man, thanks for just documenting this great thing called supper clubs and being my guide through dinner.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
I'll break bread with you anytime as long as it's in this manner.
Fine with me.
We're here at Wollersheim Winery. They're most well known for their wines, but in the last few seasons, they've been making brandies. Philippe has been experimenting with new methods and utilizing a lot of Wisconsin ingredients. Let's check it out. Philippe, how are you, sir?
Hey, how are you?
Nice to see you.
Yeah, same here.
What are you tasting?
Well, you're catching me on the job drinking. We are distilling right now, checking the fruitiness, how it's doing. And,
Sure. It's a beautiful still, all
yeah.
copper.
All handmade, you know,
Yeah.
you can see it's all hand pounded. Nothing fancy, very basic, but man, it makes a good quality brandy. So we start with 100 gallons of wine. The wine is boiling. Alcohol will boil at 76 degrees Celsius.
Sure.
Water at 100. So the first thing that will be left off from the wine is the alcohol.
Sure.
So it will rise through this barrel. This is what we call a rectifying plate. So there's a first level of condensation. some of the droplet will fall back and get recycled a second time. And what makes it through what we call the gooseneck right here, the steam, and this is quite hot, full of steam, gets condensed right here in cold water, and you can feel the water. The water is hot at the top, but if you go down, it's cold.
Oh wow! Very quickly.
And then so the steam running through here gets condensed back into a white spirit.
Right.
So that is grape brandy, and what you're drinking is about 110, 120 right now.
It's really flavorful.
Yeah, it is very fruity, and that's, a lot of my friends, a lot of people coming and tasting expect moonshine, and wow, it's so good. It's
very floral, a lot of flavor. Where do the grapes actually come from?
Actually, right on the other side of the wall, here, we have about 3 acres of Wisconsin native grapes, and that was a big thing for us is all Wisconsin. So we use Wisconsin native grapes. We pick them earlier than we would any other grapes, because we want low alcohol. And as soon as we can, we run it through the still. So we'll taste the wine.
Yeah, let's taste the wine.
So this is the wine. This is the base wine. So it's a Lacrosse and Saint Pepin base. 10% of alcohol. Just settled naturally. No filtering, no fining agent, nothing. I mean, this is as pure as it gets. We only have 600 gallons left, and we started with 4,500 gallons. So we are almost done. I would say another couple of weeks of distillation, and we'll be.
That's it for the year.
Then we can start aging in the barrel. So you can see how acidic or how tart it is, and that's what you want for fine quality brandy. You want that high acid, and that's, from this high acid, that's how you get the floral, the fruitiness. Exactly.
I mean, it's not bad on its own.
No, you're right. I mean, you could have a dozen oysters and enjoy that.
Enjoy that, sure.
So I will show you where we age some of the brandy. This is our second batch, and then we'll do a little comparison tasting.
The smell completely changes coming from that room into this room. You can really smell the wood in this room.
Yeah, and we keep this room at about 80-85% humidity.
You can feel that as well.
Yeah, and it's critical so you don't have evaporation. The wood doesn't dry out too much, and it's good temperature for aging. And back to the concept of all Wisconsin, we have Wisconsin oak.
Oh, really?
And that is something you will not find a lot in America, where grape brandy is aged in Wisconsin oak.
So which barrel are we going to taste from?
Well, guess. We'll try that Philippe Toast.
Yes.
And you will see it's pretty much what I want to settle on for the next 50 years.
Great.
So this has been in the barrel only 1 year.
1 year.
And you will see this one is still 120 proof. So you can see it's a pretty nice color already from starting with a white. This was the white brandy from the still, and then 1 year in this barrel. So
cheers. Oh yeah. I mean, you get the caramel and vanilla right away, even for having only been in the barrel for a year.
And you will see that it's kind of interesting how it follows different stages. You will taste the brandy after 2 years in the barrels. The fruit is coming back. So and ultimately that's what you want. You don't want the oak to overpower. No, that's not the point. Even in the wine business, I taste so many wines where you may as well call it oak juice instead of Cabernet or Chardonnay.
It's interesting, you have the wine, then it becomes something clear,
Right.
And then it almost, you know,
Yeah.
without the cloud,
Yeah.
it almost goes back into similar color
Yeah.
after a year.
You know, we've tried it many times, and it was matter of, okay, you know what, I really dislike this one. It really not contributing, it's not helping, it's making the brandy taste a little bit rough and bitter. So, okay, process of elimination. I don't want. Okay, now I'm zeroing on this is what I want. All right, so here we are back in the original building. You know, this is where we age all the Chardonnay, Pinot, Domaine Reserve, Domaine du Sac.
This is beautiful.
Chardonnay is barrel fermented and barrel aged. So kind of the old-fashioned way of doing it. You know, no stainless steel for the Chardonnay, but all wood.
This is an old school cellar down here.
So do you want to taste the 2-year-old brandy?
I definitely do want to taste the
Right
2-year-old.
here, you know, and you will see it's quite a bit darker. See?
Oh yeah.
So this is almost finished product. So within actually a month or two, we will bottle this.
Wow. One more year of age and the difference is drastic. Of the
Drastic
nose.
in everything, you know, in the nose. The caramel, the toast is not as intense. The fruit
Yeah.
is coming back. It's
Sure
a lot
is.
more mellow in the nose.
It doesn't have that spiciness up front. You know, you really get that more lush fruit with that extra year of aging. It's really complex and nice. I think this is going to turn into a really great release for you.
You know, the beauty of it is thinking that the next few years will even be better. You know, that's
Experimentation. It just kind of continues to grow and evolve. The distillation in the United States is just kind of slowly getting bigger and bigger, and it's really great to see, you know, wineries moving into distillation and experimentation, and you're really doing a great job here with it. So
Love it.
cheers.
Yeah, thanks.
Wisconsin Foodie would like to thank the following underwriters for their support: the Wisconsin Milk Marketing Board and the Dairy Farm Families of Wisconsin, Outpost Natural Foods Co-op, Superior Equipment and Supply, the restaurants of Potawatomi Bingo Casino, Wisconsin Department of Natural Resources, Something Special from Wisconsin, and Colectivo Coffee Roasters.
So the Wisconsin Supper Club, really an American supper club. And I think the reason that it's endured, that it's stayed cast in amber and still captured so many people's imaginations is because it's so democratic. There's part of us as Midwesterners, as Wisconsinites, as Americans that still really believes in that. Believes in the specialness that everybody should be able to have, that everybody can be a millionaire for a night or a club member. That there's a little kitsch in all of us, but there's also something sentimental that we want to keep going back to. I think that's what supper clubs are for. I think that's why we keep going.